Patrick Wright. I'm the sales manager for Hey Good Homes here in St. James. Today I'd like to talk to you, introduce you to our Portsmouth Island model here at 3290 Oceanic Bay Drive. The company is owned by Jim and his wife Troy. They've started Hey Good Homes back in 1996. We're known really in Troy's vision of creating homes that live better. I'm going to try to do my best today to talk about those differences, the things that I guess people like about us or appreciate the differences and why they select Hey Good. It's about the people that are involved in helping you find the right plan. It's about the people that help you determine what colors you want to paint, and certainly the people that are going to help you build the house and warranty the house and finance the house. All those things are really, so it's the people, it's the process, and it's the product. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the product and kind of hint a little bit around the process and the people. But this is a great example of the product. It's the vision of Troy and how she's created a very unique home called a Portsmouth Island Canted garage. The canted refers to the angle of the garage. Okay? It's a very popular alternative. People love this house. They love it because it looks so much bigger. The house is 2,600 square feet, okay? But it looks ginormous, okay? The scale and the symmetry of what Troy does in terms of designing the home are just very, very unique. And really, I don't think anyone else out there that does what she does. She just has a knack of that since she was a very small child. If you come to Hey Good, you actually can see her line drawings when she was very, very young of a home. So it's been a God-given gift and a blessing that she's taken and gone on. But this is a Portsmouth Island. You'll see it. Our homes, the easiest thing is people drive around St. James or other communities, they say, I can always tell a Hey Good house. It's just something different. It just pops. It's a wow. But they also talk about the garage doors. And the garage doors are always going to be 8 feet tall. Okay? And also, it's going to be 9 feet wide. Okay? The 8 foot tall is really about the design. Look at the scale and the lack of space. And it's really 9 feet wide. It allows you to pull in without hitting your doors and your wife or your husband's door. Okay? If you look at also the things that we do that are different. Okay? As I say, the differences. One of the things you see is that we do a brick foundation around all 4 sides. Okay? That's included. Okay? Our columns, Troy's emphatic about the size of the columns and the space of the columns. And this is a great example. They're spaced really, really well, so you have these sight lines in between the columns. Okay? And they're big enough where they carry the size of the porch. Okay? Speaking of porches, Mackenzie, this is, if you want to come up, it's just kind of interesting. Our porches are 8 feet deep. And really, you say, why is that important? Well, if you're sitting here and you've got family and friends or neighbors over visiting, they can actually get up and they can walk around. They can go over here, and if your porch is narrow, once again, we strive to live better, and this is a great, great example of that.
We have Vanessa who would like to know if this house is in St. James. Yes, it is. Do we offer any homes below $400,000? Patrick can talk to you about that someday.
I can. You can certainly reach out to me afterwards. We do. In St. James, other plans. You can go on our website. Our website probably has 40 to 50 plans. Over the years, Troy has designed hundreds, if not thousands, of different houses. But it certainly is something that we can do. The difference is that when we talk about a price, it's going to be an included turnkey price. We're not going to take out everything about the house that makes it beautiful to get you to a price point and then realize you have to add it back in later. Okay? So, good question. Good question. We talk about the front porch. We also talk about this. And Jim and Troy, understandably, and I'll take this, I wasn't a believer of this crushed shell finish at first. Okay? But people come in, and it is universally one of the things that people talk about when they come in. They look at the house, they come into the models, and they see this, and they go, wow, what is that? And I explained how it's a crushed shell. It's kind of a derivative of a tabby, which is taking concrete and affixing a shell to a foundation or to an elevation of a house. But we've taken this to the next level, and we've actually taken a bunch of shells, we mix it with the concrete, we pour the front porches, and we grind off the top surface. So the actual shells are actually within the concrete, So beyond the aesthetics, very, very coastal. I mean, really, but it lasts really, really well, and it's not slippery, okay? And it's certainly not sharp. I have clients that come in with flip-flops, and I ask them to take their flip-flops off. They can't believe it's not sharp because we grind it down. But it's very, very coastal. With the stamped concrete or even the tile, it's going to get a little slippery depending on the weather or condensation, okay? So kind of moving along and talking a little bit about differences, you'll notice that front doors are always going to be 8 feet, okay? Once again, if you have a ceiling that's 10 feet, you have a door that's 8 foot, it's the scale and balance, okay? Troy insists on doing a lot of entablatures, okay, which is a trim detail. You'll notice that we do a lot of casing and crown moldings, but uniquely different is Haygood will always do a window sill both on the front of the house as well as the side and the back. It's uniquely different. Most builders do not do that, but it just gives a nice finished edge to the window. Okay, shutters correspondingly, and then this is a really kind of a hidden gem. Okay, and I had a client. I always learn from my clients, but a client that asked me about this, and I think it's a very good example of the differences. This is certainly a lap siding, but this is a 6-inch lap siding. This is a 4-inch lap siding. And at first glance, you just think it's the same. But as you look at it for a second longer, you realize, man, there's a separation there. It's the same color, but Troy has been able to, create a division between the first area and the upper level. Okay, just by changing the width of the siding. Okay. As we go inside, the ceilings of our houses are all going to be vinyl, beadboard ceilings. It's all going to be basically low maintenance, okay? And then let's go inside and take a look at the inside of our Portsmouth island. First thing you do when you walk in and you just take it in and you realize, holy cow, this is such a big feeling home, okay? It should have an emotional experience. Even as many years as I've worked with Haygood, many homes, when I walk in this house, I get goosebumps because of how it makes me feel. And that's the way it does for clients that choose Haygood, because it is an emotional part. It's not just a house; it's a home. Okay. Now there are things that we do to personalize it and to make it feel different, but certainly it starts off with just that wow factor. Okay. It starts off with an 8-foot door. Okay. I'm always surprised at how many clients tell me that they've looked at their plans that don't have a coat closet. And they always thought that was really important because they're coming from the Northeast or an area that's typically colder. But most of Troy's houses have a dedicated coat closet here in the foyer. Okay? As I said, 8-foot doors, 10-foot ceilings. This is an option for people. This is a shiplap siding. Okay, our standard would be a wainscoting, but it's a little Chip and Joanna Gaines, okay, kind of come in. This house does have a foyer, but look what happens when you walk inside this house, okay? It just feels so incredible. Look at all the natural lights, look at all the windows. This room right here is about 19 by 18, okay? Troy's aunt, Mary Virginia Freeman, is our stager. She does a wonderful job. Shout out to her. But I asked her to put a sectional in this house. We haven't had a sectional in many of the models, just to show people how this room could hold this large couch. She's added 2 large end tables, but certainly plenty of room to get around. But it's amazing how this room feels and what people talk about. We're going to go room by room. As I said, this house is 2,600 square feet, 22 on the first floor, 400 upstairs. It's a split plan, which refers to having the guest bedrooms on one side and the master on the other. This is a recent trend. Troy's one of the first designers that did this, which is relocating the dining room to a more casual environment in the back, and then utilizing that space up front for an office. Okay? This house also has a Bose room, which we'll get to, and some really cool little unique features. But we start off here. You're going to notice that our ceilings are going to be 10 feet tall. In this house, Troy's opted for a cathedral ceiling, which just opens this whole space up. She's got the balance of the built-ins, oversized fireplace, mantle, certainly another built-in here. I'm walking around the back of the couch, so we've got plenty of room. You can certainly have couch, chairs, things of that nature. Okay? You go into the kitchen, and you notice that this island is 9 feet 6 inches long. Okay? It's where you spend most of your time. People congregate around the area. It's really the other reason why many of our clients have opted against a quote-unquote formal dining room and a Carolina room and a big island and then an eating area outside, is they say, hey, this island is so big. Okay? But it's a great congregation place, certainly enough for 4 or 5 stools. Okay? The other thing that you'll notice is that when Troy designs homes, is she always thinks about how you're going to live in that home. When you look at all of our plans, you'll notice that she's one of the few builders, the designers that actually puts furniture in the plan. So you can actually see, hey, will that room hold a queen-size bed? Will that whole room hold a king-size bed or certain size dresser, things of that nature? But she's also very insistent on creating enough space to allow you to move back and forth. So 4 feet is a great area. If you have a dishwasher open, you can still get around. Okay? You have a drawer open, you can still get around. You can be in this room, still interact with everybody, okay? Without having to compromise with anything. So the kitchen, we talked a little bit about the product. We'll continue to talk about the product. But I also want to talk about the people. And the people is beyond myself, which is an advisor and help you with selecting the right plan, walking the lot, looking at any encumbrances that would affect the building envelope and things of that nature. It's really the great staff, the family we have that help you in designing and building and selecting all the things that go in your house. We are very blessed to have 2 wonderful design coordinators, and they're going to help you pick out your cabinets and your countertops and your fixtures and your faucets and things of that nature. Okay? We also have a wonderful cabinet or kitchen designer that's going to design all of your cabinets. It's really kind of a great experience. And it's a great example is that when you're sitting down with the kitchen designer and our design coordinators, they're going to basically put your cabinets up on a big screen. They're going to show it to you. And you can actually visualize it in virtual, much like we're doing today. We're walking in virtually through this house, and you're going to do the same thing when you design your cabinets. You're going to understand if you're cooking here, how far you have to reach for a spatula, things of that nature. But if you want the sink on this side or this side, it's something that we're going to be able to do for you. You know, if you're doing a lot of entertaining, you may want to offset the sink so you have a large serving area. Okay? You may want to have some additional drawers. You may want to have, one of my favorite features is this really cool spatula and knife holder. It's a really cool product. In my personal house, I think everything gets shoved into a drawer and you got to reach underneath there and pull it out. But it's just a really nice feature, spice cabinets, things of that nature. So large island, very useful. And then certainly large upper cabinets. My cabinets, or our cabinets, I'm sorry, once again, are full extensions. Okay? They are dovetail, which refers to the joinery. They're also maple cabinets. Okay? And with the help of our design coordinators and kitchen designers, you're going to pick different profiles, different colors, different hardware, all this stuff. It's important is that we do not use an inferior or cheaper cabinet in our bathrooms. Okay? We use the same quality cabinets. So the same characteristics, the full extension dovetail, soft close, that you're going to enjoy and love to see in the kitchen are going to be done in the bathrooms. Other things that we do that are unique, certainly under counter lighting. This is typically going to be a tile backsplash. We decided to go with a shiplap siding. I talk about the aesthetics as much as the things behind the walls, and this is a great example. If you look at some of these beautiful houses, they have this kind of an ugly looking soffit that sits above the cabinet. We vent everything in our houses. Okay, we vent our fireplaces, we vent our bathroom fans, obviously, in our bathrooms. We also vent our hoods, whether it's a microwave or a hood, and we vent it into the wall. We actually create a chase in between the studs and put a metal chase in there. We actually vent it so there's no obtrusion, nothing that's going to take away from the beauty of those upper cabinets. Okay? Pendant lights, things of that nature. You then look at some of the design cues, and Kenzie, if you can show this kind of unique feature. So we have a cathedral ceiling that runs this way, and then Troy has designed a dining room in a 90-degree orientation, the same cathedral, but it feels different. The rooms are connected, but this room feels different. And it feels different because of the colors, okay? It feels different because of the soffit, which is the delineation between the kitchen and the dining room. It also feels different because she's taken the cathedral, she's done it 90 degrees. People love this room. This is an 8-foot table. Certainly got plenty of room to expand it out. Would sit 12, no problem. We've got ahead and space the windows so you can put a hutch, cabinet, so on and so forth. Speaking of windows, I love these windows. Absolutely. They are Applied Germ 1500 series. They're a vinyl window. They're a 20-year warranty. Okay. They are a single operating sash. They do come with screens. I don't put screens in my model because they don't look pretty, but certainly double latches on top and the bottom, but zero maintenance. Besides washing them, zero maintenance. Okay. And then trim details. You'll look at, this is very much a unique detail, to a difference with Haygood. You'll see many builders that will take this big opening, for example, and they'll take 3 of these windows and they'll basically just weld them together. And they'll just take them and put them into that opening. Okay, it's fine, it's just not the Haygood right way, okay? What we want to do is we want to do individual windows. From a structural standpoint, far stronger than a big window, but also look at that detail. Look at that. We call it a double stud up. Look how we've gone ahead and trimmed this out. We call this a pediment, if you would. It comes in, but it's a very finished look. And that's done throughout the entire house. Okay, very, very different. Okay, look at our base moldings. We've got a 7 1/4 with a nice good called base cap on top. We take the outlets, a little detail, and we put it in the base moldings. This room, as a dining room, could have or would have wainscoting, but there's so many windows in here, we chose not to do that, but we still maintain the outlets down in the baseboards. Okay. Speaking of floors, this is where our design coordinators, Kenzie and Selena, do a wonderful, wonderful job coordinating all the different colors. But our flooring is standard 5-inch. Okay. We've got many, many different styles, different wood species, different colors. Don't ask me about any of that stuff, but they do a wonderful job. This is a 5-inch hickory floor. It's got a nice light stain to it, and I'm not sure if you can get this, Mackenzie, but it's got what's called a hand scrape effect. It's kind of wavy lines. Okay, so really kind of neat, very popular, but certainly many different options. But how do you coordinate all that? And the process with us is not a 3-hour process. It's a 3-day process. So you're not just push to make a decision. You only have two. It's not like you only have 2 options. Option door number 1 or door number 2, and neither one of you like, and you've got to go to and spend a lot more money on a different option. It's all included with Haygood. Underneath the couch, uniquely, is we have 2 floor outlets. Okay, spaced accordingly that work out very, very well. Okay, this is the office. I don't know who's doing this, but 8-foot pocket doors. Okay? My office is clean today, not always clean, and certainly probably some of your offices are always clean, or if you have guest number, but isn't that pretty? And then certainly if you want to leave it open, it's very, very simple open. And off the foyer, I didn't do a good job, but there's also 2 additional doors. Kids, if you want to come in, just kind of give an idea. It's a very, very usable space. It's about 12 by 14. We've left the cabinets in, or the closets in. We've taken them out. We can section off this and make this room bigger, which we've done plenty of times. We've taken this door out and done a nice built-in or a bookcase or any kind of cabinet. So many different options. Okay, and certainly the beautiful coffered ceiling, and then 6-foot windows. So you can close this off or leave it open and really function however you like. Well, let's go on to the master bedroom. I forgot. One of my favorite things is the barn door. Okay? Really kind of cool. 8-foot barn door. Matches the other height of the door. When you walk in, Kenzie's going to walk in and the light's going to go on. Okay? You notice the shelving is a solid shelving. It's made on site by our trim carpenters. Okay? Some of my clients want us to modify this a little bit. They have a KitchenAid mixer, so we may go ahead and raise or lower this shelf a little bit to accommodate that. We also do, you saw a motion light. If your hands are full with diced tomatoes, I don't know what you've got, vanilla wafers. Who's eating a vanilla wafer? Anyways, You take that and you can actually walk out and you don't have to worry about shutting off the light. Okay? The other difference is the door, 8-foot door, and I'm knocking on it for a reason, because it's solid. Okay? Solid bedroom doors. Beyond the quality, it's certainly sound deadening. And look at this, Kenzie. I'm not sure if you can get up this, but this is the master bedroom. How beautiful is that? It just flows. And yes, this is a king-size bed. We talked about the people and the process, and this is a great example of the people. But we make the room, or the designers make the room feel bigger because they've extended the wall paint up the volume ceiling and just painted it white here. And the room is big, it just feels bigger because of these things. And that's the services that we offer. The things that we do that are different, instead of just saying you get one wall color and that's the way it is. Okay? King-size bed, 2 end tables. Okay? Walk into the bathroom. This is quite the deal here. We do freestanding tubs, we do drop-in tubs, and sometimes we don't do tubs at all. Okay? Kenzie just waved to everybody. Okay. Okay. But 2 vanities, granites included. We call it 8-inch spread, which are hot and the cold. And I've told every client, and they all agree, that when they look in these LED backlit mirrors, it takes years off of them. Okay? So I say yes. Here's another example of the double stud pocket. Another example of a tall 10-foot ceiling. Okay? Another example of the great tile of the trim. Our houses come equipped with a 0-issue shower for aging in place. Okay? We use a heavy glass. I mean, this is a significant. This is a 3/8 glass handle. Some of our clients don't want a door, so Troy works with them and redesigns or moves some things around to prevent the door. But nice tile that comes up. We use a rain head, which is included. You notice that we run the tile above the rain head. Okay? A lot of builders will stop it right here, then it gets getting mildew and moldy. But look at the, very unique is that we put this in here, but we let all this natural light come in. It's great. This house has an optional, it's called a handheld, shampoo niche, and then certainly a little leg shaver. Okay? All the towel rods, all the accessories are all included. There's different options. And then this is our master closet. And one of the other great things is you get to design your closets. The guys don't care, but the wives and women just think it's the greatest thing in the world. They get to design. So if you have a lot of shoes, don't get me started, okay? Or depending on what you have, you get to design your closet. This is a melamine product. It comes in different colors, different shapes. But we have, much like Haygood, we have a designer for closets that's going to help you design the closet the way you like. And if you want this as all your own and ship the other person over to the other closet, that's fine too. It's certainly a linen closet. Okay? So let's go. Oh, pull it open. Linen closet. No wire. We do not use wire in St. James. It's all going to be wood ventilated shelving or the California closets. How am I doing on time? Okay? All right. We call it a water closet. Okay? Water closets, it's going to be elongated bowls, comfort height. Okay? That's going to be a standard for us. Obviously low flow. All of the supply lines, all the lines that come out of your house or out of your wall to connect into your toilets or your sinks and things like that, they're all going to be braided stainless steel. It's a unique feature. Most people don't think about that, but that's typically where they break. They're not going to break in the wall. They're going to break when you're mopping or sweeping or kicking it or somehow or shoving something underneath the cabinet. But all of the supply lines that come out of the wall and connect to your fixtures or your toilet are all going to be braided stainless steel. And there is the pocket door, which we'll talk about another pocket door down here. Oh, we'll do this. This is one of my things near and dear to my life. Energy efficiency has become one of the most important things for our clients. And I think there's more than just a few clients that have selected Haygood in part because of what we've done to step up the energy efficiency. Okay? And one of the things that we do offer is an additional zone for your HVAC system. Our houses come with 2 zones, downstairs and certainly upstairs. But if your bedroom is a far distance from the other thermostat, or maybe one person spends more time in the bedroom, one person's watching TV out in the great room, it's always great to put additional thermostat into the house. Programmable. We use a Train XR 15 SEER. The 15 is the seasonal energy rating of it. Very, very super efficient. The windows also have an argon gas filled. The way we're framing a house and so on and so forth. Your house will also have what's called a HER certificate. And it's basically a verification that your house exceeds, and I'm not saying far exceeds the standard energy qualifications for a new home in Brunswick County, New Hanover County. They've done a great, great job. I can certainly send you a bunch of information on this, but it gives you an actual dollar amount. The way we're building your home, insulating your home, the products that we're using is actually going to save you money and make it more livable throughout the entire year. Many of you may not know what it's like down here in the summer. It can get a little bit warm, and by putting an additional thermostat in a master bedroom or one side of the house will prevent that system from working really, really hard to cool it or heat it. So it's a nice little option for some people. Here's the drop zone, okay? And no, these are not my hats. Before anyone asks me if I've had, those are not mine, okay? It's a great way. You sit down as you come in off the garage, you take your shoes off. You know, if you're walking a dog, whatever, hang up the stuff. Our powder room. Kids, I'm sure you can see it. Most of Troy's houses have a window, and this one is covered because it's kind of on the front porch, but it has a little window, natural light. Once again, comfort height, toilet, elongated bowl, okay, oval mirror. I have to show you, I guess. Am I required to show my junk closet?
Yes.
Junk closet. But this is where, so if anyone comes to my house and they want refreshments or beer, you know where it's at, okay? You want to go here or upstairs? Right here? Okay. This is the mother. And this is that area between the front porch and the garage. And this is a wow. People can't they don't realize this is a 10-foot ceiling and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Troy's designed it, once again, with that different siding from the top to the bottom, and she's raised all the windows up. Now, I did clean this up, but it's still my work area, but you have a sink and a cabinet. But all of this area here, the people that have bought this house, they have used this as a craft area, okay? Once again, with our kitchen designers and with our interior designers, helping you appropriate this space, okay? Another closet into here. But what a great open light. I would challenge you to find another mud room or laundry room that has this much light in it, okay? Let's go upstairs, okay? So this is the connection point. This is our bonus room. You notice that the stairs are 42 inches wide, okay? It doesn't feel like it's kind of confined. And then look how tall the ceilings are. You know, most builders are going to lower that ceiling, save a little bit of money, but we want you to have all that openness to have the house live better, okay, and all that natural light to come down. Once again, this is our attic, leads into our house, and we'll talk a little bit about, let's go on downstairs and I'll tell you a little bit about this. But a really neat feature, we lost some connectivity, I'm sorry, so we're having to kind of improvise a little bit, no big deal. But really cool area, a lounge and a full bedroom and a full bath upstairs instead of just one big massive room, okay? Let's go back out to the kitchen. I think I have an example. So we talked about energy efficiency. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff on it. But one of the things that we started doing several years ago, if I have it, and that is called spray foam. Open cell spray foam, okay? So this open cell spray foam replaces the conventional R13 batt insulation on your exterior heated walls, okay? Every exterior wall has this insulation. It also goes into the attic, and we couldn't get there. We'll do another. In fact, if you want to go on to heygoodhomes.com, actually there's a link in there for our spray foam. I do a whole segment about spray foam attics and all the benefits. But in brief, what we do now is we spray foam the whole exterior walls. We reduce the airflow from the inside to the outside, Okay, we go upstairs, we do the whole underside of the roof. Okay, we encapsulate your house. It's open cell, so it does breathe. It just restricts the air movement. It creates a thermal break, if you would, from the outside to the inside. Go ahead.
Does the spray foam keep your attic from being really hot in the North Carolina summers?
Absolutely. Whoever asked that question, I will send you a gift certificate to Chuck E. Cheese or something. But it reduces it. I love taking people in the attic, and I wish we had done this, and certainly we'll do it again. We're going to go online. But it keeps your attic at plus or minus 5 degrees in temperature house. So, and year round, so let's just say 80 degrees. Let's say you keep your house at 75, 80, 85. Most attics in Southeast North Carolina are going to be 120, 130 degrees. You can't keep anything in your attic, folks, okay? Anything that you want to use, it's just too humid and too hot. So the attics stay at a nice constant temperature year round, okay? We have no ridge vents on the top. We have no gable vents, we have no soffit vents. It's basically a sealed area. So anything that you want to store, otherwise shoving it underneath the bed or putting it in a closet or putting it in the garage or something else, you can all keep it up in the attic. And we have a full-size door. We don't only pull down the stairs, we don't have any short little doors. A full-size door, you step all the way in, and this whole area, if you will, it's hard to describe, but this whole area back here is all basically storage. It's probably 300 square feet of storage upstairs, and it's space. The best part about this, with the HERS certificate we talked about, and how the company provides you with the verification how much money you're going to save, is that it reduces your energy bills by 40%. Okay? It's just absolutely amazing. It's a game changer. It's one of the main reasons why people select Good, beyond the design, beyond the process, beyond the people, but the energy efficiency aspect of what we're doing is certainly unique. All right? So spray foam insulation. I get all excited about this. Okay? So let's go look at the guest side of the house. As I said, this is a split plan. You notice, like, holy cow, it's a 10-foot. Okay? 10-foot ceiling and 8-foot door openings. And you come over to here. This is an 8-foot door opening. Here's a question. Who knows what kind of door this is? Is it hollow or is it solid?
It's solid.
You cheated. You looked at the answer. Okay? Door hardware is included, whether it's a brushed nickel or bronze. Lever action is included. Come on in here and let's show this is a neat little story. This was a spec home. We sold it to Jim and Angela. Wonderful, wonderful people. And this is a 6-foot closet. And when Aaron was designing the closets, I said to them, well, this is a huge closet. We've got to do something a little bit different. So came back in and had this little center section. It's just that personalized service that you're not going to get from some other builders of being able to take and utilize this space. Okay? People ask me about colors. I don't do colors. I'm not allowed to talk about colors. But the colors is something that's unique. A lot of people like the offsetting colors. No, we don't charge you more. Okay? Full range of colors to pick, whether white or not. But this room is about 11.5 by 12. It is a queen size bed. It feels, once again, really large because it's a 10-foot ceiling, because you have 6-foot windows and an 8-foot door. Okay? If you look behind you, Kenzie, you'll see that all of our rooms, I'm sorry, right here, this is included. This is now an included feature. And that is a double switch for a light and a fan. No, you don't have to pull a chain, okay? It's blocked and it's switched. So ceiling fans are included in every one of the rooms. A lot of different options that Mackenzie and Celine can help you out with, okay? This is a Jack and Jill. So when I said about the pocket door, here's a great pocket door. It's a great use of a pocket door here, okay? This is the water closet slash a shower. It's a tiled shower. The standard would be a fiberglass, and chose to go with a nicer tiled shower for your guests. Culture marble. And remember, we talked about a little bit about the cabinets in front. And go look. Go look at some other build. And this is, you'll see that they'll save some money, but we're doing a maple cabinet, full extension dovetail.
Do we get to choose the layout and the colors for the bathroom cabinets as well as the kitchen cabinets?
You do. Okay.
Awesome.
We've got, like I said, there are so many included options, but you certainly, and once again, you have all these great people that help you do that. Okay? You come into the back bedroom. Okay? Troy does a lot of corner windows, 10-foot ceilings, things of that nature. And then one of the unique features also is that we have a company called Soundtronics, and they help you with all your audio, visual, and your low voltage needs. We run all the termination, all the wires inside the cabinet. Surround sound is included. We'll talk about that in another video, but it's a nice little feature is you have another person that can help you with all of that. Well, let's go on out here and finish on my favorite room in the house. And this is the screen porch. 9-foot slider, an 8-foot door, double action slider. Great. Look how easy this is. We bury the traps in the ground. Anyone recognize this finish? Look how cool that is. You can accent it, as Mary Virginia did, with some area rugs, things of that nature. Tell me who's doing that, Kenzie. Who's opening up the end of the porch ceiling with the screen?
Wow.
If you also look, is that this is a cathedral ceiling. We talked about the cathedral ceiling in the great room, we talked about the cathedral ceiling in the dining room, and now we're talking about cathedral ceiling here in the screen porch. This is all included. Okay, screen porch is included. We are a turnkey builder. Encourage you to reach out to me. Go online, look at any of our plans, any questions. Certainly the patio, things of that nature. But I can't thank you enough for joining us today, and I am doing another video on tomorrow for another house, and I've got some wonderful colleagues. I think Hannah and Nora are doing one at 1 o'clock, right? Catherine's Cove. It's a really cool plan. It's called the Pebble Cove. And then my colleague Josh is going to be over at Compass Point at 2, and he's doing which house, Patrick?
Keep looking.
Cape Lookout. Oh, that's an awesome plan. Very, very nice plan. But thank you very much. Certainly appreciate your time, any interest. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, and enjoy the rest of your day.